Testing, hot outbound call, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Jane Frazie's of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooner Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fatts.
Get a load of Mrs. Vanderbilt.
And the only discussion-based podcast about nothing but the greatest show of all time. We record normally in the Non-Productive Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. Our home base is the Non-Productive Studio, which is non-productive.com/honeymooners. And don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page. What's happening, Louie?
Hey, Joe, last week it wasn't bad. I was kind of impressed. I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to sound real tinny and, like that, but it was actually not that bad.
Yes, and I was surprised because, a few of the regular listeners were like, hey, we thought it was great. And I said, hey, you know what? It's like, it's like your sister saying that you look handsome, It's like, oh, well, thanks, It's I don't really buy that, But when I went back and listened, I was surprised on how well, at least technically, it sounded, And plus, I thought it was a good show.
No, it was a great show. It was a great. I even said to her, I said, man, I wish we had done this in the studio. I think it would have came across a little better, but for what we're dealing with here, I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good. I'm satisfied.
That was so. And actually, we're recording right now with the same website or whatever you want to call it, but we're actually using a camera, so we're able to actually see each other. So hopefully that'll help us out even more with episode number 34.
That's right.
Yes, 34.
Joe, listen, in the beginning, when you came in with your intro and you said all the Jane Frazie's of the world.
Yes, I'm running out of characters. I'm doing not even tertiary characters. I'm using characters that were in a TV guide.
Well, the funny part I got to explain to everybody what happened with this Jane Frazie. Now, I'm a big fan of Mystery Science Theater 3000. So now it's back on the air in our area, in the New York area, on Z Living Television, Saturday night, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. So I put it on, and here it pops up on the screen, the credits of the opening credits of the movie, and who's in it? Jane Frazie. So, of course, I got to take a picture off the TV of it, send it to Joe. I've never in my life have seen Jane Frazie in anything.
I know. And that's what gave me the idea, because I'm sitting there before. I'm like, who should I use? Herbert J. Whiteside. I use that. And all of a sudden, I remembered the picture you sent me. I'm like, Jane Frazie. Totally give that to Lou that we did the Jane Frazie in the intro. Now, what I know it's off topic, but did you actually watch the whole thing of the?
Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. Excellent movie.
And what was the movie called, just for the listeners?
Something to do with a horse. I forgot what it was called. If it's on Mystery Science Theater 3000, it's an awful movie. And it was an awful movie.
That's great, though.
A black and white Western from way back.
Is that what it is? It's a Western.
Horrible. Yeah.
It was a Western.
It was a Western. Yes, it was a Western. Yeah.
I always tell people I don't like Westerns. I said the only Western I ever liked was Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
I told people I don't even watch Back to the Future Part 3 because it's a Western.
Yes, there you go.
But listen, episode 34. And what's nice is that, like we said on last week, we can do this a little bit more often. Yeah. So even if the show is a little shorter, what's to say we do 2 a week? Who cares?
Who cares? Doesn't matter. Yeah, just
Yeah,
get it
we're
out.
doing it where, hey, are you available? Yeah. I'm a retired guy and a guy who works 4 hours a day. I think
we are available.
we're available even more so than everybody else is available. So
yes.
So now, what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with my? Actually, was one of my little observations.
I think we could start with that. I would like that. I think the observation is pretty good. It's a good one.
Okay, it's different. Okay, so our observation is from Dial J for Janitor, and it's after Ralph does the 2 pounds of bologna in a 1 pound bag, and he tells Mr. Johnson that he's not going to be janitor anymore, and we'll play the clip. Here we go.
A little bit of trouble in the cellar this morning. Well, I don't want to say anything about it. It's a mere bag of shells. I don't know why everybody's making such a fuss about it. And it wasn't my fault in the first place. By the way, I'm glad you come up here, Mr. Johnson, because I have some bad news for you. Unfortunately, I'll have to give up my job as janitor here. Not because I'm incapable, but only because it makes a few demands on my leisure time that I can't afford. I see. However, I don't want you to be panicky, because until you get another janitor, I'll keep on at the job taking care of everything. Don't do that.
I mean, it's very nice of you to be so thoughtful, but as a matter of fact, I've already found another janitor, and in fact, he's already on the job.
That, Mr. Johnson, is pretty sneaky. I hope whoever you got is on the ball, a guy that doesn't goof. Because there's plenty of things in this apartment that need attention. That window needs to be fixed. That sink needs to be fixed. It leaks all the time.
I'm glad you brought it up. The janitor's on the floor right now. In fact, I'll send him right.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson.
Okay. Now, and then we all know the janitor is
Norton.
Yes, obviously. So, here's the observation. And I don't know, did I lose you with the camera?
No, I'm here.
You see me?
I'm here.
Okay. Here's the observation. He was a janitor for, I don't know, let's say a week.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah.
We're not sure.
Short period of time. It was a short period of time. Yeah.
A short period of time, maybe a week.
Yeah.
But why is it that in that week that he was janitor, he could get one thing done in his own apartment?
Yeah, really. If just doesn't your sink is leaking, what really the first thing you took care of?
Isn't that the first thing you should have taken care of? The sink, maybe? What kind of an awful, I mean, truly an awful janitor. He wouldn't even fix his own place.
His own place up. That would have been the first thing I would have done. I would have taken care of my own place.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hey, listen, I'm getting $150. I'm getting $150 a week.
Yep.
Rent free. Which was, the reasoning for his whole idea of doing it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Get one thing done.
One thing done.
Yeah, so that was my my observation. He was even a worse janitor than we could have imagined.
Joe, now think about that episode. It's a good episode. I like it.
Yes.
We have a future show planned, and we have a couple of things planned for the future. I guess when we get back into the studio, we can do different things. We have a whole show planned on 328 Chauncey, and it's going to be all about the building. And there's a couple of things in here that we didn't say right now because we're saving them for that episode, okay? And we're going to tie it all in. We're going to tie it all in money-wise, because you know how they are. We always talk about them and money, and the amounts are all like really wacky and far off. So we're going to tie all that in on one episode on 328 Chauncey, but we're going to hold that for the studio.
Yes, absolutely. And I know one of the angles that you're going with, and I don't even want it to be said because I don't want anybody taking our idea and throwing it in a Honeymooners group page in Facebook,
which they have done.
But now, the second thing that we wanted to do was, now we live in New Jersey, so we were in the New York market. And WPIX Channel 11 is the classic TV station that I think most New Yorkers know as the one where, that's where they play the marathon every year. It's been a staple of the Honeymooners at like 11 o'clock at night. You used to say it was the greatest hour of television. You would have the Odd Couple from 11:30, and then from 11:30 to 12, the Honeymooners.
Yes. And they also play the Yule log during Christmas.
Which was really cool. They play the Yule log, with just Christmas music, great Christmas music.
And you're staring at your television, watching this log burn.
I know. They should have just had paint drying. It would have been the same thing.
Oh, God.
So, now, what I do, because I don't have the episodes on like DVD or anything like that, what I do is I just put in my DVR anytime a Honeymooners episode comes on, just record it. And sometimes I would come home and I would just play an episode, not knowing what it was. It's almost like, look, you can listen, if you know your favorite group and every song, instead of listening to the album, maybe just go with Alexa and say, play a mix of all this one band, and you get surprised.
Right.
You're like, oh, I'm hearing this and then hearing that.
Right.
Well, one thing I noticed about the our cable company is now everybody knows when you record something, it'll have the title, the name of the episode, and a description. Well, I don't know who is making the descriptions of the shows in the New York area, but this episode, I am just going to read you, Lou, and read the audience, the description of this episode. One of the 39, all right? And here's the description. Ralph learns that politics makes for a strange bedfellows, and running for office has its ups and downs. And I'm like, what the hell show are they talking about? And
is this a lost episode that I never seen?
I know. Was this like
running for like councilman or what?
Yeah, it was when Gleason was running for councilman. Like, what the hell were they talking about?
Oh, God.
Now, as we're telling this, most of the listeners, you probably figure out what the episode is, but it's a bizarre description of the one where he is running for convention manager.
Yeah.
What is that to do with?
It's like, is he actually running? Remember we discussed this, I think, once or twice. It's like, do people run for that, or just vote for who you want to vote for?
Well, they just kind of picked. It was like they were like, who are we going to do it this year? Let's go with Cramden and McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy, okay.
Yeah, they're both two idiots. We'll let those guys, Cramden can't seem to keep $1 in his pocket. And McGillicuddy, he's so bad, they don't even have McGillicuddies anymore in the 20th century. So, yeah.
Lucy was the last McGillicuddy.
Yes, Lucy McGillicuddy. The only last one I remember.
Well, Joe, speaking of McGillicuddy, you know who else is a McGillicuddy? Now, this is the famous Little Rascals episode. Teacher's Pet, I believe it's called.
Okay.
Where Miss Crabtree comes to school. The teacher she replaced name was Miss McGillicuddy.
McGillicuddy, that's right.
You remember that part?
That's right.
Yeah.
Miss Crabtree with the apple.
Yep.
And they all had a crush on Mrs. Crabtree.
Yeah, and they all said, I hope when they didn't know who she was, remember? Because she was the new teacher, and they said, well, I hope she's as pretty as Miss McGillicuddy.
Yes.
So, then she picks them up on the street. They're walking to school, and she puts them in the car, and they're talking about Miss McGillicuddy.
Right.
That's another McGillicuddy. That's three. That's three I know of.
I think Miss McGillicuddy looked like Mrs. Manicotti. I don't think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Crabtree was definitely the prettier teacher.
Miss McGillicuddy.
But yeah, so I'm gonna have a few. I already have a couple of these, so we'll put them on occasion on the episodes. But yeah. So the campaign manager episode, convention manager, was Ralph learns that politics makes for strange bedfellows, and running for office has its ups and downs. It was some intellectual millennial who doesn't know anything about the show was like, oh, he's running for convention manager? Well, it must be about politics.
Let me see where they stand on this.
Well, hopefully they're all good with their different positions on global warming. It's like,
warming.
What are they talking about? It was about convention manager for basically a hall,
No, not only that. Put the word Strange Bedfellows. Where the heck did that come from?
I know. I mean, when I first saw this, dude, I thought my DVR recorded the wrong show.
Think about that for a second. Strange Bedfellows. Who are they talking about? Norton? Joe Rumsey?
Yeah.
Who's the strange bedfellow?
I know. It's so weird. It couldn't be McGillicuddy, right?
No.
Either
that's
Norton.
That's the opposition.
Right. It's got to be either Norton or Joe Rumsey. He learns. What did Ralph learn? He learned nothing in that episode. Ralph learns that politics makes for strange bedfellows.
Strange.
Just kissing the behind of their friend, getting them steaks and fresh water and cigars because they wanted to be convention manager. Unbelievable.
Oh boy.
So that is our little weird description from my DVR in the New York, New Jersey area for WPIX, New York. Absolutely strange. So, how do you want to go? Do you want to do? You told me you had a really good trivia.
Oh, I got a good trivia question for you, Joe. I really got a good one.
Okay. So.
Okay. All right. Ready? Okay. Being that the today's motif, Jane Frazee.
Oh boy.
I figured the question should have involved Jane Frazee.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Okay. All right. It's a two-parter. First part's easy. Second part a little difficult. What's the name of the movie that they're supposedly in with Jane Frazee? What's the movie?
It's something on ice.
Yes, you got it. Go. Keep on going.
It's Oh, can you give me the first letter of the word?
R. The first letter is R.
I can't think of it. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of it.
Rhythm
on Ice. Yes.
Rhythm on Ice. Now, Joe, I YouTube. Let me see if there is actually a rhythm. There is no rhythm. There's a movie called Rhythm on Ice, but it's got nothing to do with what Ralph said.
Oh, so it's not the same.
It was a title of a movie, but it had nothing to do with the way Ralph, was reading it in the paper. Like it's a movie with all these actors and actresses in. Okay, so now that brings us to the second part of the question.
Oh boy!
All right, so we got this. There's 5 people supposedly in this movie. We already got Jane Frazee. Okay, so can you name the other 4? Before you start, while you're thinking, I'll talk. The way Ralph is mentioning the names, the way he's reading them off, it's almost he's pausing. It's almost like he's making these names up as he's going along because all the actors and actresses have nothing to do with each other. They're like so bizarre that they came together in this one movie. So can you name anybody else besides Jane Frazee?
I think it's Darrow.
Okay.
Was that one of them?
What's his first name?
Is it Bob? Bobby?
No. Frankie
Darrow.
Okay, we're gonna give you Darrow because that's difficult. We're gonna give you Darrow. Okay, so you're down to 3.
The one I know, it's Buddy Epson.
Jed Clampett.
Yep, Buddy Epson. Darrow, Jane Frazee. I can't think of the other 2.
Okay.
If you name one, I might get the last one.
All right. What do you want? There's one that's kind of known. One guy, the other guy, I never even heard of him. So I'm going to give you that guy, being that's the hard one. Kenny Baker.
I wouldn't have remembered Kenny Baker.
Sounds like a football player. I mean,
Kenny Baker goes back.
Kenny Baker on the tackle. Oh God.
Kenny.
Okay,
Baker.
now the remaining guy. I'm just giving you a hint.
Okay.
He had like these big, like googly eyes.
Oh,
now, he was a contemporary back in the 40s and 50s. Kind of a comedy actor.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Danny. No, that's not.
No, it's not Danny.
I'm thinking of Danny Kaye. It's not Danny Kaye.
No, not Danny Kaye. No,
I thought it was. Is it one of the guy? Like I always get him confused with. Wait, Peter Lorre?
no, but kind of. I know Peter Lorre had them big googly eyes. So did this guy too. But on a comedy side, Peter Lorre was more of a serious actor.
Right. What's his name? I can't.
Jerry Colonna.
Who is it?
Jerry Colonna.
Jerry Colonna. I don't remember Kenny Baker. I don't.
No,
remember
I have no idea who Kenny Baker is. I mean,
Right.
I have no idea.
I do remember him saying Colonna.
Jerry Colonna. And I love the way he's reading it because he's pausing in between. I'm saying, is he making this up as he's going along? I actually think he is. I think he is. My opinion.
Maybe in his own genius mind, he wanted, like you said, to take 4 or 5 of, at the time, people that you would never see. It would be like, in the movie, we have Sylvester Stallone, Glenn Close,
Jim Carrey,
Meg Ryan, and Damon Wayans. And you'd be like, is this a comedy? Is this a serious movie?
Yeah,
like, what is this? That's almost an observation within a trivia question.
Yes, yeah, and this all came about because of Jane Frazee.
Oh, that is beautiful, man. Well,
you know what's funny too, Joe? Frazee, I think that's the last name of the actress who plays Agnes.
Her last name?
Her last name, I believe her last name is Frazee too. I have to look that up. I'm gonna go on IMDb and look that up. I should have did it before the show, but
I don't know because don't you think it would be like such a big thing that almost every DEFCON 3 person would know? Like as soon as they, well, I guess we all don't look at the names of the characters.
Yeah, the characters, yeah. I'll look that up though. I'll look that up.
Definitely. Well. Listen, like we said, these episodes are going to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
but we're putting more out, and we appreciate everybody for supporting us, and especially supporting us during this weird time. And hopefully, everybody is doing their thing and staying safe and all that kind of stuff. So,
Joe, you want to mention the Brian Carney deal? Did we mention Brian Carney the last time?
We did not. No, because it was afterwards.
It came after that. Yeah.
Yes. Brian Carney commented on our actually the homepage, Non-Productive, which is our home base, which has a bunch of different shows on it. Brian Carney, the son of the great Art Carney, and Brian Carney's also an actor. He out of nowhere, put a nice compliment on our show, and I wonder if I got I think I got a picture of it, and let me see if I can just. Here it is. This is Brian Carney. Nice going, guys. Always enjoy your banter, observations, and infectious laughter. I find myself smiling through the whole show. Keep it going, RX.
The RX is the topper, Joe. RX.
Absolutely.
We got an RX from Brian.
RX from Brian Carney. So, listen, I'm friends with, Brother Norton, and he's actually friends with Brian. And he actually told me, he goes, dude, I'm thrilled that he's actually starting to listen to your show. And he told him about it a couple of times. So maybe, fingers crossed, one day we could get him once we're back in the studio, and maybe he'll call in. And every video I see of him, and he's always so gracious and so nice. And think about it, man. If your old man was Art Carney and you're like, you're doing acting, you're doing commercials, everybody is going to talk to you about your father.
I mean, you can't escape that. You just can't escape it. And he knows it. It seems like he handles it well because he probably just, he's got to say, hey, this is the fact. I got to deal with this.
Yeah.
He's like 70 years old, I believe. Is he close to like 70 or something like that?
I think he's born in 46.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because he said he was about 10 years old when he was actually there during the filming of the original.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, so he's 10 years older than me. All right, 10 years older than me.
Yeah,
73. Okay.
Yeah, he's probably 72, 73. He looks great. And I've seen him in, I've seen some of the commercials that he was in, and then also I YouTubed some of the commercials that he was in. He was in like a law firm commercial playing a lawyer, and he's a good actor, and so he got that from his old man for sure.
Now, John, did you see that? I believe it was Gary, our friend Gary, put up a little video on the page of him doing the signature thing.
Yep,
it's a great Gary. Good job, Gary. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, and he did a great job of doing the the pausing thing that his old man did so great and legendary.
Yeah, exactly. And he's doing the thing as he's filling out his ballot, of Norton filling out the ballot for McGillicuddy.
Yes.
When he covers it up with the hand and the eraser. Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. And you got to give a guy credit to be able to listen. I think we always kind of tend to live in our parents' shadow. Could you imagine if your father was Art Carney?
Carney, yeah. Oh my God, really?
You just have to get used to. Hey, how are you? So, what was it like?
Yeah.
It's just what you're gonna get all the time.
I know.
So you got to give him credit for being such a great sport.
Yep.
And I would love to talk to him, and that would be so awesome. So hopefully we'll keep that kind of in our rearview mirror, so to speak, or just in the back burner, and that would be awesome because we would love to chat with him. That'd be great.
Right, great. Okay, good.
All right.
Good
well,
dude.
Listen, let's get out of here. I want to thank everybody for supporting us and listening to the show. Share it with your friends. Number 34 in the books.
Mm-hmm.
And for me and Louis Fats, I say we'll see you next time.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.